Okay, let's go to an interview we did earlier this week. This is Bill Douthit, one of the men in the room for a lot of the discussions that we're talking about, specifically representing the Liddell plaintiffs.
The St. Louis school desegregation case began as the desire of a group of parents who didn't want their children transferred. The black parents in North St. Louis began to organize, began to attend board meetings, again wanting the same equal treatment that was being extended to the white parents. In February of 1972, what we know now as the Liddell desegregation case was filed. The Court of Appeals ordered, upon their finding from the facts that desegregation was warranted, that the schools of the city of St. Louis be promptly desegregated, and suggested several techniques that would comply with constitutional requirements for desegregation. As a result, the 1983 interim settlement agreement was approved. This is what the court found on July 5th, 1983. For 29 years, black school children of St. Louis have been urging the fulfillment of the promise of constitutional equality. For 29 years, Missouri has created new programs and expanded old ones with funds that should have gone to students whose constitutional rights have been violated. The constitutional responsibility must now be faced. The parties reached a comprehensive final settlement, a binding enforceable contract that gives both rights, responsibilities, but also accountability on all sides for ensuring high-quality integrated public education for St. Louis public school students. The goal was that every child, white, black, Latino, from other ethnic groups, was to receive a high-quality integrated public education. Our negotiations hinged on funding for a desegregation remedy. Minnie Liddell is on record in support of the desegregation sales tax. A promise was made that if the taxpayers of the city of St. Louis would approve a 2/3 of 1 cent sales tax increase specifically targeted to funding long-term desegregation remedies, there would be an ongoing, untouched stream of funding for their benefit. The dollars were specifically allocated upon collection to St. Louis Public Schools through either the Transitional School Board, the City Board of Education, or its current successor, the Special Administrative Board. Those funds are held in trust as part of funding for the desegregation remedy and the desegregation remedy alone. So for those who would say that the Special Administrative Board, in filing this action, again, I do not speak for that board. I do not speak for the other plaintiffs, but I do speak on behalf of the Liddell plaintiffs. We believe that that fiduciary relationship requires that every effort be made to collect the proceeds of the desegregation sales tax and to ensure that each 2/3 of a cent is properly applied for the desegregation remedies for which we settled the case. Using funds, diverting them to another purpose, I would suggest is a violation of the settlement agreement. This is not and should not be construed to be a dispute, a contention, a confrontation between parents of St. Louis public school students and parents of students who attend public charter schools within St. Louis City. Those are two different groups. There is a common factor: limited dollars due to inaction by the Missouri legislature Children and their education should be valued. It should be a priority to promote the highest level of funding absolutely possible to make sure that our most valued resource, our children, receive the highest quality, integrated public education wherever they are. A joint motion for enforcing a provision of the settlement agreement was filed by the two plaintiff groups, the Liddell plaintiffs and the Caldwell NAACP plaintiffs, with the Special Administrative Board of the St. Louis Public Schools. The request is that the desegregation sales tax proceeds needed for the financing of the desegregation remedies my clients are entitled to under our settlement agreement has not been fully funded. Funds have been diverted. We are asking for the restoral of the status quo that our plaintiffs, the Liddell plaintiffs, as stated in our pleading, receive what the settlement agreement says they are entitled to. We seek nothing more